Hi and welcome to this week's tutorial. Here I've got a Thanksgiving special, and this is a fun little workbook that you can send to your coworkers and, I don't know, confuse them, dazzle them, but nevertheless add a little bit of fun to the week. So everything looks normal. You go to another worksheet to do some work, and there is a little turkey running across the screen. And if we zoom out and scroll to the right, the turkey is gone. But if we go to another worksheet and then come back here, there the turkey is again. It's a fun little thing, and I'm going to show you how to do everything for this, including the VBA code. But don't worry, if you don't know how to do programming or you don't want to deal with it, you don't actually have to do any programming here because you can download this file and then add the little turkey image and it will work for you automatically, or almost automatically. I'll show you everything you need to do. So let's go over here to the empty worksheet and let me show you how to get it working. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and give this video a thumbs up. The more of you that do that, the more videos I can make. Now let's get this turkey running. So this right here is just a regular basic empty worksheet. So if you download this workbook and you get all the code into your workbook, which I'll show you how to do in just a moment, all you have to add to any worksheet where you want a fun little turkey is the turkey. And you simply go to Insert, Illustrations, Icons, and type turkey, and choose a turkey. And let us add a little bit of formatting. Unfortunately, we can't add too much formatting to this guy, but we can make it look a little bit more turkey-like, I guess. And then the very next thing is to name your turkey. Now, my turkey is named Turkey Jim. So I'm going to go here to the upper left and type Turkey Jim. One word, no spaces, no funny characters. Hit Enter. Then go to the other worksheet and go back to empty. And there we go. Our turkey is running. Click away to get it deselected. And it's as easy as that. And it doesn't matter where you are in the worksheet. So if we go down and we go to the right, the moment we go away, and this guy has a turkey as well, and we come back, the turkey's going to run across. And it's really fun. You can change the height so we can make it so that the turkey only has its little head and feathers appearing on the bottom of the screen, and all sorts of fun little things. And if we add another worksheet without a turkey, then no turkey is going to appear here. So we have a normal kind of workbook, and that's what can be kind of fun. You can confuse your coworkers or add a little bit of fun to a horrible worksheet that no one likes to be in anyway. So that's how you add the turkey. Now that we got the easy part done, let me show you how to get the code. First, I'm going to show you how to get the code into your workbook with no changes, and then I'm going to show you how to actually make the code. So you want to hit Alt F11 in the downloadable file. Make sure you have this guy viewable. Go to View, Project Explorer, or Control R, and open up Module 1. This is the code to make the turkey run. You don't have to do anything here, although I'm going to show you how to make it from scratch in just a moment. So Control A, Control C to copy it. Go to your workbook, then go to Insert, Module, and right here, paste all of that code in. You don't have to change anything. Then go to this workbook and grab this code, copy it, and go to this workbook in your workbook. Every workbook is going to have a this workbook. So just double click, and then it'll be blank in yours probably, and paste it in like that. And this right here is the name of the macro that we input right here, run turkey run. And that's all that you have to do. 2 times copy pasting and then insert a turkey and name it Turkey Jim. That's it. All right, now let us make this guy from scratch. I'm going to go ahead and delete this module, and I do not want to export it. And let's go to Module 1 and delete everything. And let's make that turkey run. You type sub and the name of it, which we're going to call run turkey run. And we've got quite a few things to do here, actually. And I'm just going to build it top down and narrate what's going on. So we need a reference to a worksheet, so we make a worksheet variable. We're going to be using a lot of variables here to make our life easier. It's a little bit of extra work, but it's going to be a lot easier if you want to change something in the future. Now we want to make something for our turkey gym, and the turkey is a shape. So we make turkey gym a shape. Now we need a lot of things to measure for the turkey, because when we are here, remember I showed you that it's going to work regardless of where you are, AQ and row 34. So we're not in the upper left right now, but it will also work if we're in the upper left. So A1, if I go away and come back, well, we don't have the macro now, so it's not going to run. But the point is, in order to make it run anywhere, regardless of where you are, you need to have measurements for the screen. So know where the left is and the bottom and the height and the width. And we are going to have variables for that. Let's go dim top of screen as double, dim height of screen as double. I guess technically it's not the screen, it's the worksheet, but that's okay. Left of screen as double, and doubles are numbers that can hold decimals. Of screen as double, width of screen. Okay. Now let's get some measurements. Top of screen equals active window, and then we're going to get the visible range and the top property. Height of screen, active window dot visible range dot height. And I am just going to copy this. Okay. Left of screen equals active window dot visible range dot left, and width of screen equals active window dot visible range dot width. Now let's make a worksheet reference. Set WS. That's a variable that's going to hold a worksheet. Which worksheet do we want it to hold? Well, whichever worksheet we are on. So active sheet. Well, now we want to get a reference to our turkey. And that's fairly easy to do. Set turkey gym equal to, now we need a shape reference. And a shape belongs to a worksheet. We have our worksheet reference, so WS dot shapes, and the name of our turkey, turkey gym. And this is the name that you input in the worksheet after you have added your shape. So that's where you can control that name. If you want to rename your turkey, go ahead and do it right there. But now we have to address a situation that's going to come up when we don't have a turkey on the worksheet. So I showed you that this will work for worksheets that don't have a turkey, and then you just won't see a turkey, right? But this code is still going to run, and this line will still run, and it's still going to try to find a turkey. And if it doesn't find a turkey, it's going to be upset and give us an error. So what we're going to do is a little trick. You shouldn't do it too much, but this is simple, fun code. Or too much unless you know what's going on. On error, resume next. And what that means is, hey, if there's an error after this line of code, I want you to ignore it. It doesn't fix anything, it just ignores it. It's like when your car has an issue and you just don't get it fixed, the issue doesn't get better, and eventually it will get really bad. But here we're only ignoring this for one line of code, and it's not bad at all because this variable has a default value in it already. So if this fails to find the shape, this will still retain its default value, and we can now check for that. So we are using this in a very limited fashion, so it's not going to cause any issues for us. And right here, we just want to check if we have a turkey or not. And the way to do that is if not turkey gym is nothing then end if. And what we are doing here is to check if this variable, which is an object variable because it's not holding text or numbers, it's holding a thing that we can do things to. It's kind of confusing to think about that, but a shape is an object. We can do all sorts of things to it. And turkey gym, the way that you check an object variable is to check if it is nothing. So if it is nothing, no value has been placed in it. But we only want to run our code if we have a turkey. So we put not in front of that to reverse the result of this. So this basically just says, hey, if you found a turkey, then run this code. So let's go ahead and run our turkey code. And we are going to use a lovely little thing, with and with. And that is a fun little feature. What this means now is that anytime we type a period here, we are going to be referring to Turkey Jim, or whatever other object, let me get that out of there, whatever other reference you put right here. So if you put a reference to a worksheet or a range right here, then the moment you type a period down here, you're going to be referring to that reference or that range or worksheet. So whatever you put right here. So now anytime you see a period in this section of the code, it's the same as if we had written Turkey Jim period. So it just makes it a little bit easier for us. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is to tell the turkey where to go on the left. So it's left position, and that's how you tell it where to go on the screen. How far from the left. And this is for the turkey itself. So what value do I want for the left of the turkey? Well, the left side of the screen. And we have a great variable for that now. Left of screen, and we got that guy right there. Left of screen. Now, a little bit more interesting, how about the top of the turkey? That's how we control where it is going up and down, so vertically. And since we don't have a bottom, we have to do, well, just a little bit of gymnastics, but not that much. So we have the top of the screen. Okay, that's going to get our turkey on the top. And we have the height of the screen, so let's add the height of the screen, but that's going to put our turkey all the way on the bottom, so we're not going to see him. So let us subtract from that number the height of the turkey itself. And how do we get the turkey's height? Well, we reference our turkey, Turkey Jim, so the object variable, and we get some information from it, and that information is going to be the height of the turkey. But let's give it a little bit of space so it can be a little bit more above the bottom. I'm not going to center it, but you could do that here if you wanted. So I'm going to go minus 20. So we are measuring from the top of the screen, then we're going all the way to the bottom using the height of the screen. Then we're subtracting the turkey's height, which gets us about here. Then we're subtracting 20 to put the turkey a little bit higher. Play around with this guy and you can have a lot of fun, so you have just his little beak or his head peeking out. And now that we have the position all set up, let's access the visible property and set this guy to MSO true, so we can see our turkey. And let's give ourselves some more space. And at this point, we're going to have a turkey over here, so let's run this guy. But it's not going anywhere. So make sure that you like the positioning, and it's good to run across the screen. And now what we are going to do is to make a loop that is basically going to do this. So if you click it and you hit the right arrow key, it's basically going to do that a bunch. So it will run across the screen. And this is something where, depending on your computer, its speed, how much stuff you have here inside of Excel behind the turkey, this can make it really slow and jittery, or it can work really well, like it does on my screen, or I think it works well on mine. So in just a moment, we're going to play around with the timer settings for that. But let's get it actually moving first. To do that, we're going to make a do loop. And a do until loop is going to work for this. So what do we want? We want the turkey to run all the way across the screen. And we measure that using the left property. So how far from the left it is. So do until left is greater than, do we have a left for the screen? Yes, we do, a left of screen. But that's the left side of the screen. We want it to go all the way across the full width of the screen. So do until the left position of the turkey is greater than effectively the right side of the screen. And don't forget loop to close up the do until loop. Now, how do we make it move? We have a great method, increment left. And set it to how far you want it to move to the right. 5 is a great number in this case. And now if we run this guy, we are going to get, it should go really, really quickly. We might not even see it. Yeah, we don't even see it. So what we need to do now is to slow this guy down. And to do that, we are going to use, let me get some space. We are going to use a little function that we're going to build. We're going to call it function delay. And let's make it really, really, really simple. All we want to do is to slow the guy down. We're going to get a numeric input here. I believe it should be milliseconds. So then what we're going to do is just go delay equals timer plus the number that we give it divided by 1000. And in this file, I've made a really shortened version of this. I'm going to make it a little bit easier to read right now. When or while timer is less than delay and when. This isn't necessarily a loop that I would use normally, but it's really, really easy to do, and this is a fun little macro, so let's have some fun with it. So while timer is less than delay, what do we want to do here? What this is going to do is it's just going to keep running. Now, what is delay going to have up here? Well, it's going to have the current timer value that it had when it ran this line of code. And when it keeps running this loop, the timer value is going to increase. But the delay value is not going to increase because we set it as a hard-coded value right here to the timer plus the value that we gave it divided by 1000. And we are almost done, but we want to do one more thing. We want to be able to see our turkey run, and maybe we want to be able to interact a little bit with a spreadsheet at the same time. You don't want to freak people out too much. So we're going to put do events right here. And in the downloadable file, maybe I'm going to make it like this, but how I did it, well, maybe I'll show you guys, just so you understand what's going on. This is going to work right now, but there is a shortened way to put it, which I probably just left in because I was making this very quickly. And it's with colons like this. And those allow you to make something that should be on multiple lines on a single line. And the only reason, by the way, people do that is because then you can have this function written like that. So it doesn't take up much space. Either way, it's the same as the thing I just made a moment ago, just a lot harder to read. But anyway, that's a complete side note. So we have our function. Now let's go ahead and use it up here to delay our turkey's movement. And I'm going to put it at 40. And actually that's it. I have another end function here. Yes, I did not have to type it there. It just went to the end of the screen earlier. So let's get the extra space out of there. Okay, let's check out our turkey. So Alt F8, run turkey run. Expected end sub. Okay, so I was typing a little bit too quickly, and I believe the end sub became an end function by accident when I put that guy in there. So let me slow down, make sure it's good. Sub run turkey run. You look good. Okay, and I indented on this one, but not that one. But that's life. We will survive. So test it one more time. Alt F8. Run. There we go. And let's click away so the turkey is not selected. All right. And I'm going to run it one more time to make sure he's not selected. Perfect. Now let's see what happens if we speed it up to, all right, he hasn't finished. Okay, now it's finished. 100. Run turkey run. Okay, so it goes very, very, very slow when I do it like that. I'm going to hit Fn Control B to stop the macro, or Control Break should work if you're not on a laptop. Now let's go to 10 from 100 and see what happens. Run turkey run. Very quickly. But you see when it goes quickly like that, it's kind of jittery, and you can play around maybe with changing the increment, or if your computer is really quickly, it won't look jittery. But I have found that on my machine, 40 seems to work quite well. Yeah, not so bad and kind of fun. Now, how do we make it so it's going to work when we go to the different worksheets? Well, that is the code that we pop into this workbook. So everything is good here now. And don't forget the name of the sub, the procedure, run turkey run. Go to this workbook, and it's not going to look like this by default. It's going to be like this. So go to workbook, and to the right, we want to go to sheet activate. But over here, by the way, these are many, 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 many different events that can happen. So we have sheet activate, sheet before delete, sheet calculate, change, deactivate, follow hyperlink. You have so many things over here. And for instance, workbook open. All the code you put in here is going to run when the workbook opens. All the code we put down here is going to run when we activate a worksheet. So I think this works kind of nice and is fun when we run it, when we're going to activate a worksheet. So just type the name of your macro, run turkey run, and we are now good to go. Let's go to the one that has nothing, sheet 1, then come back to empty, then go to data, and we have a little turkey. Okay, I feel like I spent way too much time on such a fun little thing, and I don't know if you wanted to learn how to do all of the programming and the code for this guy. I tried to do it kind of quickly, but I really recommend maybe just downloading this file, getting the code from this workbook and the module, pasting it into your workbook, adding the turkey, and then just sending it to a coworker and having a little bit of fun this week. And for those of you not in America, that's okay. You are very welcome to celebrate Thanksgiving. The core theme of Thanksgiving is to celebrate those whom you love, your family, your friends, your loved ones, your significant others. So I hope that this week you are able to spend some good time with the people that you love, and I hope that this workbook and this little turkey trick could add some joy to your life and your week. So thanks for watching, and if you liked it, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.